Hi guys, and welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, we had a question on one of our other videos. Somebody was asking about a logo hover effect, and they were asking if it's possible to actually make it grow on hover. Yeah, really easy. I've got my little logo up there. If I put my mouse over it, it's gonna grow like that. When I take my mouse off, it's going to go back. And of course, it's still got the home page link. Now I'm using a custom header for this today. This will also work with a regular header too. So let's get started. This is really easy. We've got to use one or two little lines of code, but don't let that put you off. Any code I write, I'll put down below, and you're welcome to copy and paste it. Use it as you need. So let me just undo what I've done here, and we'll come back and start from scratch. Okay, if I refresh the page now, this should turn to normal. There we go, back to our normal logo. Okay, I'm going to right click. I'm using Google Chrome here. I'm going to right click and use the inspector tools to inspect. Most browsers do this nowadays, but if yours doesn't, Google Chrome is a free download. And as you can see, it's brought up the inspector. Now I want to look at our actual logo. If I go down here and roll up a little bit, there it is right there, and then when I roll over these class names, you can see it changing up there to show you what we're actually affecting. I'm going to get the logo itself there. Okay, so I'm going to need this class name, and to make it grow, we're going to use a bit of transform scale. So I'm going to say transform scale. Open some round brackets, and we can put in at the end how much we actually want to scale it up by in between the brackets there. So I'm going to get mine to scale up by 1.25. So I'm going to say 1.25. So it's going to be a quarter bigger. As you can see, it's already affected it. Okay. To make this permanent and to make it actually happen, we need to write this code into our theme customizer. I've got mine open here. For anybody that doesn't know how, go down to your dashboard, go to Appearance, and then Customize. That will bring you to this page. If you go down to the bottom to Additional CSS, this is where we can write our code. It's always a good idea to give code a title so you can find it easily afterwards, or for anybody that happens to edit the site after you. And that's / */ / and the thing that we write between the stars will not be read as code. So it's a great place for titles and notes. Just call it logo hover. Now I copied that class name, or if I didn't, just double click, left click on it, it'll highlight it. Copy it, or Control C, we'll go back. Now all class names have to have a dot or a period in front of them. So there's a dot, then the class name. Now, what I actually want it to do is, I only want it to scale on hover, but we'll fix that in a minute. I'm going to leave it just like that as the regular state of the class. I'm going to open and close some curly brackets. And I'm going to put that bit of code in there. Transform, scale. Could have copied it from our Chrome browser, but this is not too much of it, so it's really easy. 1.25. If you wanted different values for width and height, you could put a comma in between and say put 1.25, comma 2.0 or 1.50 if you wanted different values. But because I want the same value for both, I'm just using 1. And as you can see, that's scaled up there, or at least it should have done. I wasn't really watching it. But I only really want this to do it on hover. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to copy this, the whole thing, Control C. I'm going to drop down a couple. I'm going to turn the second one into the hover state by putting my cursor just to the end of logo there. And I don't want any gap. I'm going to put a colon and then no gap again in the word hover. And we set a hover state. So it's going to happen on the hover there. But the time it actually takes to go from regular state to hover state is absolutely instantly, unless you give it a time. So I'm going to take this top one. The reason I left it here, I'm going to just delete that. I'm going to use transition duration to slow it down a bit. So let's say transition dash duration, and it's prompted us. I just click on that. How long do I want? I want about half a second, 0.5 s, semicolon. There we go. So it should now take half a second to go from regular state to our hover state. There we go. And we're all done. We're good to go. All I need to do is hit the publish. And don't forget, I'll put this code down below for anybody that wants to copy it. Let's go back to our page now. And we'll just refresh. And of course, as this is a header, it'll be working on all pages. When I hover over that now, you're going to see it grow. Takes half a second to go in. And of course, we've got our link to the home page there as well. So I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. I hope that's answered your question about the logo. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Once again, this has been Jamie with System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.